What if I told you that being bad with money isn't actually a personality trait? What if the reason you're struggling financially has nothing to do with how smart you are, how hard you work, or how much willpower you have? Here's the truth nobody told you. You were never taught the system. And without a system, money will always feel like it's running away from you. Let me paint a picture. It's the 25th of the month. You check your bank account. The money from last week's paycheck is almost gone. You didn't buy anything crazy, you didn't go on a vacation, you just lived. And somehow the number is already low again. That feeling, millions of people wake up with that exact same feeling every single morning. You get a raise at work. You tell yourself, okay, this time I'll save more. A few months pass, you check your savings. It's basically the same. Nothing really changed. And the worst part isn't the money. The worst part is what happens in your head. You start thinking, maybe I'm just not good at this. Maybe money is just not for me. You feel guilty when you spend. You feel stressed when you check your balance. You avoid looking at your finances altogether because, honestly, it just feels easier not to know. Sound familiar? If that resonates with you, I need you to hear this clearly. There is nothing wrong with you. The problem isn't you. The problem is that nobody ever sat you down and taught you how money actually works. Think about it. You spent years in school. You learned algebra, history, maybe even how photosynthesis works. But did anyone ever teach you how to budget? How interest compounds? How to make your money grow? Probably not. And that's not your fault. Financial stress is not a character flaw. It is simply the result of not having a clear, simple system in place. Here's the idea I want you to hold on to today. Money growth equals small efforts repeated consistently over time. That's it. That's the whole formula. Nothing complicated, no secret investments, no magic income level you need to reach first. Small, consistent, over time. Let me show you what I mean with the simplest numbers possible. Imagine you start putting aside just $5 a day. That feels like nothing, right? A coffee, a snack, $5. But let's do the math together. $5 a day, that's $150 a month. Over 1 year, that's $1,800 sitting in savings, money you didn't really feel leave your hands. Now imagine you put that $1,800 into an account that earns even a modest return, and you keep going year after year. By year 5, you're not just saving, your money is growing on its own. That's the power of compounding. Your money starts earning money. The number grows not because you worked harder, but because you stayed consistent. Now flip it around. If you don't have a system, that same $5 disappears into small purchases, tiny impulses, forgettable moments. And at the end of the month, you're wondering where it all went. Same income, completely different result. The only difference, a system. Let me tell you about two people. Let's call them Marcus and Jamie. They went to the same school, got similar jobs, made roughly the same salary. Marcus never really had a plan. He paid his bills when they came, spent what was left, told himself he'd start saving when things calmed down. But things never really calmed down. 3 years later, Marcus was still living paycheck to paycheck, a little more stressed each year. Jamie wasn't a financial genius either, but Jamie made one decision early on, to follow a simple system. Every payday, Jamie moved 10% of income into a separate savings account before spending anything else. Not because it was easy, sometimes it was tight, but Jamie stayed consistent. 3 years later, Jamie had an emergency fund, a little investment account, and most importantly, peace of mind. Same income, same city, same opportunities. The only difference was the system. Marcus wasn't lazy, Marcus wasn't irresponsible, Marcus just never had a plan. And without a plan, money has no direction. So what do you actually do starting today? Here are 3 simple habits. Number 1, pay yourself first. Before you pay for anything else, move a small percentage of your income into savings the moment you get paid, even if it's just 5%. Automate it if you can. Don't think about it, just do it first. Number 2, track your money for 30 days. You don't need a complicated spreadsheet. Just write down what you earn and what you spend. Most people are shocked when they actually see the patterns. Awareness is the first step to change. Number 3, give every dollar a job. At the start of each month, decide where your money goes. Rent, food, savings, fun. When money has a purpose, it stops disappearing. This isn't about being perfect, it's about being intentional. 3 habits, nothing overwhelming, but done consistently, they will completely change your financial life. Here's what I want you to walk away with today. You are not bad with money. You were just never given the map. Nobody showed you the system. Nobody taught you the math, and you've been trying to find your way in the dark. But now you have the light. It doesn't matter where you're starting from. It doesn't matter if your savings are at 0. It doesn't matter if you've made financial mistakes in the past, because honestly, every single one of us has. What matters is what you do next. Start small, stay consistent, trust the process. Because here's the thing about money. It rewards the patient, it rewards the consistent, and it is never too late to begin. You've got this. Now go build the life you actually deserve. If this video helped you see money differently, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Tell me one money habit you're starting this week. I read every single one. See you in the next video.